just want to say thank you to the Ravers. This is absolutely beautiful. So happy to be here, and I know everybody else is. So I'm really glad that Sylvie brought it up before, because everyone says that they've been together for 10 years or 9 years, whatever they say. But I believe that it really started in 7th grade at the science fair. They tell me that they started dating after the science fair, and it lasted about a month. Tragically, these star-crossed lovers broke it off because they said that long distance between Allegheny and, I guess it was Bishop Walsh and Braddock, was just too much for them. But so, oh, they're both in Cumberland. They're maybe 10-minute drive. Sorry. So I guess it's a little bit surreal for most of us to be here today, because we've been waiting for, I haven't done the math, but from 7th grade to now. And the only issue is we've just all been on raver time. So starting with our good friend Charles, I don't even know, oh, there he is. I was thinking about it, and Charlie, we've been friends for, I guess it's 18 years now. And just for everyone here to know, if you're looking for a good friend, get a dog. No, seriously, it's really tough to be friends with this guy. Look at him. He's absolutely perfect. I mean, I never knew he was capable of those wedding vows. Learn new obnoxious things about him every day. So Charlie, I know that on wedding days it's probably customary to say nice things about the groom. I'm going to go the other way. I've thought about this, and I've sort of run through my head, and I have found 3 things about you, Charlie, that are imperfections. And I guess everyone knows at this point that I'm going to go ahead and enumerate those 3 things. The first one we've already touched upon, and the euphemism is raver time. I'm not sure if anyone has ever waited for Charlie, but that's how I'm losing my hair. Thing number 2 that Charlie just isn't good at, isn't perfect at, is singing. I guess Charlie, and probably some of you remember, it was Crazy for You. Was that Stiff Upper Lip? I only remember lying to Charlie one time, and it was when I was playing piano for him, and we were practicing this song he was supposed to sing in front of, I don't know, a couple hundred people. We practiced, and we still had maybe a week to prepare. We did it maybe twice, and I said, you know, you're good. It just can't get any better than what you're doing right now. Let's see. What else is bad about Charlie? I know I had another thing, and what else is bad about you? See, this is why it's tough to be friends with him. Anyway, maybe we'll get back to it. So I've been friends with Charlie for a long time, and Sylvie is you know, as I said, has been around for most of that. But I really got to know Sylvie when we started all living in Baltimore. And that's when in Baltimore, about probably once a week, once every 2 weeks, the 3 of us would have dinners. And that's where, you know, I came to really think of Sylvie as a sister. For all of you who have siblings, I guess you know that this isn't necessarily a good thing. We bicker, we fight. It's not always good. The classic scenario for these dinners was Sylvie and I would be there approximately on time, and Charlie would be, you know, doing whatever Charlie does, working out, getting beautiful. Some Charlie thing, or probably more accurately, he was buying food for us to eat. And Sylvie and I would inevitably get into trouble. And the reason we'd get into trouble is because we'd start either drinking or eating before Charlie came. And for Charlie, everything has to be perfect, because Charlie is perfect. And so we would be eating and drinking and getting in the way of his meticulous cooking. And we would always be playing favorites. So, you know, I look at Sylvie tonight, and she's just radiant and beautiful, and everybody sees that. And everyone thinks it's because she's marrying Charlie, the love of her life, and it is because of that, but it's also because she wins. she officially now is the favorite. No, it's harder than you think. I'll try. So the meaning of this, you know, ramble is that basically, I think most people look at Charlie and they pretty much see perfection. He tries to show us a couple little flaws to make us all feel better about ourselves. But really, deep down, I believe that he's only late to make us feel better, that something's wrong. And I always expect to walk in on him and he's going to sound like Pavarotti when he's singing. I think most of us just really think that he does these little things just to, you know, make him a little more human. And Sylvie, I know one of the things that Charlie loves about Sylvie is that she sees imperfections in him. She sees plenty of imperfections in our friend Charlie. Now, Sylvie, I think that's wonderful, and I think it's going to make for an absolutely wonderful marriage for you two. But sometimes Sylvie does accept too many imperfections. So Charlie, if you could just take a look in this direction, just for a second. Sylvie, I want you to take a look at that neck. It is absolutely immaculate right now. That's how I always want to see it. It is your duty. I'm glad you understand that. So guys, both of you, it's over the past 4 years I've had the pleasure of being a little part of our own little dysfunctional family, and it's just been so much fun. And I always go to Charlie's and Sylvie's, and the last 4 years were a little tough on me here and there, and it was always a kind of peaceful place where I can go and be accepted, and because they're just so accepting of each other, and just today is so wonderful. So I just want to raise our glasses and say congratulations to such a wonderful couple. Yeah.